Very wonderful morning, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're watching in. It is the fourth match out of the 5 T20 games that will be played at this very ground. We are here at Lugogo Cricket Oval, and to kick off things, we are going to start by looking at the pitch report that we had earlier on. Welcome to the pitch report of today's match. It's going to be the fourth T20 between Uganda under 19 and Tanzania under 19. But looking at the surface that was used yesterday has been maintained. At this very surface, Uganda managed to score a total of 110 runs, and looks like it is still dry. There is some bit of grass on this very wicket. Looks like it's going to still be a batting track. So whoever wins the toss, looking at the conditions here in the pitch today, the cast conditions and the weather should be very, very good if you come out and maybe bat first. Also, a close look at the outfield. The outfield is also very, very dry. On Monday, we had a bit of a rainpour, but since then, we have not yet had any more rains. But looking at the pitch, not so many batters were bowled. About 4 batters were bowled yesterday, meaning the ball was coming off the pitch yesterday. And for the players who are good at taking on the length, they could be getting some runs out here. Accurate assuming for Team Uganda yesterday managed to get some balls that were coming off the length, and looks like it's the very same wicket that will offer similar conditions. The grass was rolled in so well, not so much onto it. It's not damp anyway, it's very dry and a very hard surface, so it could produce some runs as we go in for the match between Uganda under 19 and Tanzania under 19. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the pitch report there. Looks like a good surface to bat on. But let us first have, earlier on we also had a toss. Let's get the news that came from the center. Good morning and welcome to the first match of the training tour between Uganda under 19 and Tanzania under 19. We are right here for the fourth match and we are here to conduct the toss. I have the two captains, the captain for Tanzania, Jennifer Gabriel, and the captain for Uganda, Jimia Mohamed Abdallah. I also have the tournament, the match umpire, Sharon Afaula, ready to oversee the toss. And Jennifer, you have the toss. Please give it a flip. Heads is the call, and heads is on top. Jimia, you've won the toss. What will you be doing first?
I'll be bowling first.
In the previous 3 games that we have had at this very ground, batting first had looked to be very good for you. What has made you to change the tactics a bit?
Because I want to test my bowlers if they can come in and restrict the other opponents from scoring many runs, and also to test them from, since the wicket is actually a batting track, I want to see if they can also come and try bowling. Like, I want to try out many changes in the team.
What looks like a defendable, what looks like the target that you would wish to limit Tanzania to?
At least they should not cross above 50.
Any changes in the team?
Yeah, there are some changes in the team whereby Lona Anyait comes in the space of Hope Mbeza, and then now Meamongin comes in the space of Eric Eronda.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Jennifer, if you had gotten a chance to win the toss, what were you going to do first?
Betting.
Now that you have a chance to bat first, what looks like a total that you would wish to put against this Ugandan team?
Tulitamani tuanze betting na tunaenda betting. Kwa hiyo tutafanya vizuri, tutaweka score 100 kuendelea.
Any changes in your team?
Ndio, zipo changes nyingi tu.
All the best in your match.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it loud and clear right from the center. Uganda has won the toss and opted to bowl first against Tanzania under 19. Well, that was the news from the center. Uganda winning the toss and changing tactics a bit, taking a decision there to bowl first. In the first 3 games that we have had at this very venue, in this entire tournament that we have had, Uganda has been batting first, but today they have chosen to bowl first. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the beautiful view of Lugogo Cricket Oval in the heart of Kampala, Uganda, from wherever you're watching in. A very beautiful memorial pitch here. There you can see a beauty pitch on a beauty shot on your screen. But my name is Sajab Evan Cyprian here in the commentary box. Later on, I'll be joined in by Dennis Musali, Jeff Mwesugwa Kasozi, Lennon Kangume. But to start off things, I have Fortunate Alijuna here with me. Fortunate, you're welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Ivan. I'm so delighted to be here for another game, another challenge for between Uganda and Tanzania. We have seen a couple of cricket being played by the youngsters. One of the youngsters that has been impressive is Asumin Akurut, scoring 91 runs at an average of 91 in the 3 games that she has played, being only challenged once yesterday, and the previous 2 games earlier she was unbeaten, scoring 33 and 38, not out in the 2 games. And yet this is another game where Uganda has challenged itself and see how do they perform when they bowl first, which score do they limit the Tanzanian side, and how can they chase it. It's a very good decision made, and we are here to see what is going to turn out from the game.
Yeah, well, my colleague here, Fortunate, saying that we are just yet to see what turns out in the game. But the 2 umpires have worked on to make sure that we start off proceedings. Simon Chintu, who has a T20, who has umpired in T20 internationals, alongside Shaun Othaula, who has also umpired in T20 internationals, will be the umpires for this morning game. Later on this year, I beg your pardon, later on this month, Simon Chintu will be making a trip to Tanzania to officiate in the Division 2 ICC Under 19 Men's World Cup qualifiers that will happen in Dar es Salaam. We just wish him nothing but all the best. Uganda are making 2 changes there in the starting lineup. Lona Anyait yet to come in and play her first game. She missed all the 3 games, and this game will be her first game, but she's one of the players who've played brilliantly well for Team Uganda. She's played for the senior women's team at just the age of 16, and she is also still a player there in the junior team. During Kwibuka in June, she helped Uganda to defend 3 runs in the last over, so could be brilliantly important to see how she goes over with the business. Couple of changes there in the Tanzanian lineup that we shall bring you just shortly, but we are just away, just seconds away from the action. 3 games have been played at this beautiful oval. Uganda has been very, very dominant and has won all the 3 games. If I could make it very easy, Uganda has already won the 5 games series. But Tanzania coming in to bat first, I beg your pardon, Tanzania coming in to bat first will be very, very nice to see how they go over the business, because they have been crumbling in the chase in the first 3 games that have been played here. So how they bat should be one of the things to look out for. Fortunately, what should you expect as Tanzania gets ready to come and bat first?
What I have to say about Tanzania's batting is that we have seen a lot of runouts. The dismissals, the early dismissals in the power play has really cost them. Unlike the Ugandan side, where they really don't lose wickets in the power play, but the Tanzanian side have really lost good batters, courtesy of the opening left-arm bowler for Uganda, that is Immaculate Nandera, who has really helped her side and picked crucial wickets, putting back on the back foot the Tanzanian side. What we hope to see is that the Tanzanians have to adjust on that and try to hold some wickets for them in the power play, and hopefully late in the game they can come back and put up a very good score. Uganda so far has scored a triple digit in all the 3 games that they have scored, that they have batted. They have hit a 102, a 110, a 107. That shows that Uganda is competent scoring 100. Therefore, anything below 100 will be easy for Uganda to chase. Hopefully Tanzania will look into that and try to score something bigger than 110 and put up a very good challenge for Uganda.
The data guru, the analyst, Alijuna Fortinet, who's also played in the Under-19 World Cup in West Indies, keeping all the statistics on his fingertips, making sure that you get the analysis and all the statistics right here with me. But Uganda has already taken on the field, and the opening pair for Team Tanzania makes its way out of the dugout. Brilliant to see how the proceedings start off here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Nandela Immaculate, who has opened the bowling for Uganda in all the 3 games that have been played at this very venue, has been trusted by her captain Jimia Mohamed Abdallah to bowl the first over of the match. Nandela Immaculate recently made a cut when the Victoria Pearls were going to India. We can Omtex camp. Nandela Immaculate was part of that team. Later on, she came back. She didn't make it to the Dubai qualifiers, but during the Kuibuka, which was played from May to June, Nandela Immaculate traveled with the team in Rwanda, and she earned her international debut with the senior women's team, the Victoria Pearls. Brilliant bowler there. She is a left-arm seamer who also can put some runs using the bat. There she comes to bowl the first ball of the innings. Jennifer Gabriel will be the batter on strike as we are in for the first delivery of the match. Nandela to Jennifer. Swing and a miss. Out fourth stump. First dot there for Team Uganda.
There has been a change in the batting order for Tanzania, with Zuhura Masuda, who has been the opening batter for Tanzania, and now there comes in a new batter. Hopefully she will bring in some challenge to the left-hander.
Softy hands, but the protection backwards of point, and Tanzania doesn't pick up a run. Very, very important for that. It's just a training tour between the two teams, and very nice to see that the youngsters, okay, the coaches, Aruni Adav there, the head coach for Tanzania Under-19, and Yusuf Unanga, the head coach for Uganda Under-19, trying to make sure that they work out the combinations to see which one will work for them best, because this is just a training tour where both teams will go to Kigali next month. Another one there for the offer, but Jennifer Gabriel misses it.
Yeah, it's very good to see what combinations you have in the middle there for the coach as a coach. But Zuhura has been the opener who has been holding her wicket in the power play, although runs were not coming out easily.
Doing no mistake, Immaculate Nandela putting everything to the fourth stump. Brilliant, brilliant stuff there.
Very good start, as she has always been for Uganda. Nandela has always led from the front, leading her team for the first 2 games. For the past 3 games, she has picked wickets for her team.
Beautiful there, finds the blade of Jennifer, but no run is taken. Nandela Immaculate has kept dotting and dotting for Uganda. Brilliant line there from Nandela Immaculate. Nandela Immaculate comes from Soroti City, a place called Nakatunya. A bit full, but that's just another dot ball there from Immaculate Nandela. End of the over number 1. Nandela Immaculate faultless, no run coming off the first over. Brilliant start there for Team Uganda.
That was a very good piece of bowling from Nandela, trying to limit the opponents from scoring a single run from her over. She keeps her lanes tight, and hopefully she bowls the same lanes in the following overs. But so far she has been trying to ask the batter to drive the ball that is slightly outside off, which has been so challengeful for so many batters. And yes, it is the same challenge that is faced for the Tanzanians, and results for no run in the opening over. 0 for no loss after 1 over.
To bowl the second over for Team Uganda, Akurut Asmin Akrut Asmin comes from Soroti City as well, a place called Camp Swahili. At least I've never been in that place, but I always see something like Camp Swahili Road when I go to Soroti. Maybe I should make it a point the next time I go to that place. But looking at her field, she is using a fielder at deep mid-wicket and a fielder at fine leg. There is no protection. I beg your pardon. One fielder. The two fielders, one is towards square leg but backwards, and the other fielder is at deep mid-wicket. Looks like Akrutas will be bowling the balls that are coming in, and is making sure that she will force the batters to play the balls to the leg side.
With the field setting that she has opted to use, it shows that she's going to try to bowl fuller and maybe straighter to the stumps, such that any glance will be stopped, or shorter, such that any pull shot goes to the sweeper that is at deep mid-wicket.
Beats the outside edge. Brilliant start to the proceedings there from Akrut Asmin.
Akrut has to be so precise with the lane that she bowls to, given the factor that all the fielders on the offside are in the middle. Given arms, she will be cut on the offside.
Another dot ball there for Team Uganda. Very, very promising start there for Team Uganda. First over maiden, 2 dots so far in the second over.
So far, no batter has gone off the mark. That's a very good start for Uganda, giving challenge for the Tanzanians to score less runs in the power play.
Power shot there, but it will find protection. Yesterday there was a very brilliant throw there from Ariokoti Malisa. I beg your pardon, it was on the first match day during the first game. So she's not a fielder I would wish to take on when the ball goes to her. A beat shot finds the bat, but that is put down. Chance for a run out. The recovery not very quick. Tanzania nearly loses a wicket at this moment of the game.
Pressure keeps on mounting. The more dot balls you concede, the more the pressure piles. And she tries to go for a bigger shot, and she fails short in the point field, and another dot pull for Uganda.
Outside off stump. Another dot ball there for Akrut Asmin. 4 dots so far in the over. What a start there for Team Uganda.
A very good lane to bowl at in this early stage of the game, where you don't have to lose your lane, but she keeps straight to the stumps.
Tries to beat the inside circle, but there is protection down to the ground under the immaculate. Second consecutive maiden for Team Uganda. What a start. 2 overs have been bowled here at Rugogo Cricket Oval, and 0 for none is the score.
The immaculate Nandera, who has been very good in the field at the point region, specifically catching some very electric catches there, and now continues with the ball. The left arm seamer up against the right hander, who hasn't covered the lane of the ball yet and hasn't gone off the mark.
Nandera is back, some flashing blade. The pickup not very good. That will beat the fielder. Tanzania will pick up 2 runs. A brilliant throw there from Naomi Amongin at the point, at the deep point area.
It was a really beautiful cut shot there. The ball is given with it, and she uses her arms plus some energy, but there was a very good field in the middle there, and the ball is just stopped. The umpire is trying to ask, is there anything wrong? Because the ball must have nailed the field at the point region, and Tanzania are now off and clicking with 2 runs. The physio runs into the attack, into the field, and tries to see what challenges has her fielder encountered. But it was a very beautiful cut shot, and in the end, a very courageous decision taken there to stop the ball and try to minimize the runs to 2 instead of a 4. Uganda still into the thing with just 2 runs from 14 balls, 12 dot balls. in a row. So far 12 dot balls in the inning. That brings so much pressure on the Tanzanian side, and that is something that you don't have to be in at this stage of the game, where only 120 balls are bowled and you have to score some good runs, given the fact that it is a T20. Immaculate Nandera continues bowling from the left arm round, which I find so not so effective, given that she would have been coming from the left arm over to give the angle. That smashed through the point region and it races for 4. That was a gorgeous shot, perfectly timed and uses no energy, but with the pace on, it manages to race to the ground, to the boundary for 4. That brings the first boundary of the inning for Team Tanzania. Look at the replay there. That was a very beautiful shot. And Tanzania are at 6 for no loss after 2.3 overs. Straight to the stumps, and she tries to go for an off drive, and it stopped in the middle with no run. Very good piece of bowling. It's slightly a yorker length, and Nandera comes back strong after conceding 6 runs, and now a dot ball for Uganda. There was a chance for a catch, and it races to the boundary for 4. That would have been easily taken by the keeper, but she gives an effort of a dive but doesn't carry to her. Another boundary for Team Tanzania, and this brings Tanzania back into the game, conceding 2 boundaries in and over, and this brings 10 runs for Team Tanzania, 10 runs in and over. That's very good start after 12 dot balls, after 12 maidens. They now come back into the attack with 4 boundaries. That's the kind of game that we are looking for. Another off drive there, but it goes nowhere, and another dot ball. That's very good for Team Tanzania, given the fact that you have managed to get 10 runs in an over. That can be so expensive for you at this stage of the game. And Tanzania have not lost any wicket at the moment. That's a wide. Tries to go for the leg side, but doesn't get the bat on it, and it results into a wide. Another run for Team Tanzania. Nandera is losing her lane and proving to be costly for Uganda. A pitched up ball, full toss to the bat, but doesn't get enough power on it and results into a dot ball. That was a loose ball at the moment, but the batter doesn't get it right and results into a dot ball. End of the 3rd over. It's 13 runs on board, and Tanzania ticking. Asumini continues into the attack. She is at a maiden in the previous over, and now she continues from the Ginger Road side. A batter who hasn't gotten off the mark. It's yet troublesome for her to get off the mark with the pressure mounting with 2 fielders on the leg side. No protection at 3rd man. There will be a chase, and doesn't get enough pace on it with a slow outfield, and she manages to go off the mark with a double. And Asmin has just bowled 1 ball of the over and conceded 2. That's a very good start to get off the mark. That brings Tanzania back into the game after conceding 12 dot balls, cutters of 2 maidens in the first 2 overs of the power play. Very good comeback for Team Tanzania. Asmin continues, given she had bowled very well in the first over. A non-drive there, and manages to get one on the onside. Amongin, Naomi being the fielder at mid-on, manages to give back the ball to the Asmin, and Tanzania are yet back into the game. The danger batter who was very good in the previous over, getting 11 runs from the previous over off the bat. Now there has been a field change with the third man into play, given the fact that she cut some good balls for fours. Another drop there, but no run. A push onto the ball, but there is protection on the offside of the game. The covers, extra covers, point, and the mid-off are really in play. Tries to go for a bigger shot, but doesn't get the bat on the ball, and it's another dot ball for Asmin, another dot ball for Team Uganda. A very good start for Team Uganda, conceding 2 maidens in the first 2 overs. Very good play there. A stop of a good ball. Very good bowling from Asmin, bowling right on the money, right in the block hole. And the batter does no mistakes to go off. Brilliant shot there through the covers, and there is a chase on the ball. 2 runs conceded. Very good shot. A cover drive. Ball pitching outside off, and she pushes onto the ball and races for 2. An end of the 4th over. 2 runs have been scored in that previous over of Asumini, and Tanzania are at 16 runs, given the fact that they were at 0 runs after 12 balls, after two overs, and now they are back into the chase with 16 runs from the previous 12 balls. Very good comeback for Team Tanzania. There is a change in bowling. A slow bowler comes into the attack. At this moment in the commentary box, I've been joined in by Mr. Dennis Musali, who is very experienced in this matter, and given the fact that he's here with us, allow me to introduce him into the commentary. Welcome, Mr. Dennis.
Thank you, Fortunate. I'm happy to be here. Very good morning. Very good day to play cricket. The sun is out. And I think for the first time in the series, we will see Lona Anyait taking part. This is the 4th game of the series. Lona has been missing due to some illness, but I think she's well enough to be able to compete today. And she starts off with the dot ball. But so far so good. 4 runs every over given away by the Ugandans.
Another ball outside off, and it's driven to the point region, but there is protection there. Bowler is very technical with her lines, asking the batter to drive the ball to the offside.
Yeah, Lona is very, very tidy as a bowler, and hit with a lot of power. Slow to start off, and the throw goes the right end, just not right on top of the stumps. Could have had the batter in trouble.
There was a poor start in the beginning, but Tanzania have managed to come back, given the fact of 12 dot balls in the first 2 overs, and now they are at a run rate of 4 and over. That's a very good comeback after 2 maidens, and now another 1 run there.
Struck well, but they take a single. Nandera did so well to just, I think, cut off the boundary because that ball had been hit well. Fortunately, we've seen a lot of teams here suffering run-outs. And I think one of the problems, these are young players, not to be so hard on them, is that whenever someone hits the ball, they first look at the ball instead of looking at their partners. And that has created a lot of confusion.
I think even the sound of the bat itself gives them happiness. And they try to run another shot on the offside. There will be a chase. And there is a sweeper field at the end. And it's stopped for 2 runs. Very good comeback for Team Tanzania. Mwanaidi, who hasn't been opening, and now she's proving that she can create partnership that Tanzania has been looking for, yearning for in the previous games. We saw them losing so many wickets.
Yeah, you're very right. Very right, fortunate. Tanzania have been struggling at the top of the order. And not that they've been getting bowled out or anything, but most of the times it's just been the run-outs that have been the problem for them. And after 5 overs, Tanzania has 20 for no loss. 20-run partnership between Jane Fagabiol, the captain, and Mwanaidi.
A very good partnership there. It's the thing that Tanzania was yearning for, and now they're trying to build partnership here. Very good start for Team Tanzania. They had a run rate of 5 and over. Very good start. We hope they can score something above 110, for Uganda has proven to chase down a total that is, it has proven to score a total of 100 plus runs. And Tanzania, if they are good enough to score a triple figure today, that could give some challenge to Uganda, given that they have managed to score 100 plus runs in the 3 games that they have played.
Yes, that's very good, fortunate, and I hope that, and considering this is a training tour, I'm happy that Uganda today they've chosen to bowl fast. They've been batting fast. This also gives them an opportunity to try themselves as a team that can chase down a total. Uganda have won the last 3 games defending totals, but this time they'll have to come from behind to try and to come after a total. We shall wait and see in the second innings if they can be able to take down whatever Tanzania is able to get in the first innings.
Very good shot of the first ball of the 6th over of the last over power play. And it's Timong, the new bowler, who has come in, and first ball that she has delivered has been hit for 1.
Yeah, Patricia Timong, yesterday she was operating from the shell end. This time she chooses to operate from the ginger rod end. Very, very tidy as a bowler, Patricia Timong, but she's also a bit easy to line up because her balls are very slow and she bowls one consistent line.
Given that the ball is slow, she has some tricky action to work with as a batter, because she tends to use a round arm, which can be so challenging at the moment to pick. Look at her action there. Round the arm, which can be so hard to pick, given the fact that they are youngsters.
You're right, Fortunate, and I think that's the weapon that Timong has. She has very, very good control. So it's very hard to pick up her balls, especially if you get stuck in your crease.
Another weight there for Team Uganda, and Tanzania are very well at this moment, given that they are at 22 for no loss. A swing and a miss there. It's another dot ball for Patricia Fiona Timong, who has not conceded more runs at this moment, just conceding 2, one being a wide and another one being off the bat. Not much power into the shot, and it's another dot ball to finish the over. Very good over for Team Uganda. Very good over, especially the last one, just conceding 2 runs. That brings back Uganda. After the power play, Tanzania hasn't lost any wicket. That has been an improvement from the previous games where we saw Tanzania lose 3 wickets, lose 1 wicket. Now they haven't lost any wicket, and we know that the mid-order batters for Tanzania are very good at hitting the ball.
Fortunate, I'll tell you, I like the intent from Mwanaidi. Every time the ball is pitched up, she's trying to go after it. So there will be a lot of work to do for Timong in covers. I'm thinking maybe the captain, now the power play is done. You see that sort of approach. And I was just going to say, and the ball goes through the fielder for a boundary. Nabali May, the guilty party there. She's hitting the ball with a lot of power. And I was just going to say the captain needs to make some changes in the field. Try and give Lona a lot more protection. Because the intent from Mwanaidi is to try, actually it is Jennifer Gabriel, the captain, is to try and go after the bowling. So you can see the replay, they are hit with a lot of power, and the long barrier completely missing there from Nabali Meshadia. The ball goes through her body for a boundary.
I was so surprised in the previous ball that the captain didn't open up her field. I think she was contented with the lane that Lona was bowling at. And now another fielder goes onto the field. Another fielder goes to sweep the field, and 3 fielders have been opened, given that Elona is bowling very good lane and gives challenge to the Tanzanian batters.
Sweep shot comes out from the captain, Jennifer, but she'll just get a single. And you've made a good point there that the captain needs to, I think she needs to use her boundary riders very well, and especially with the way the bowlers are bowling. There's no point in just spreading the 2 people outside the circle, but when they're not efficient, now they decide to drop the long off, which I think should have been the wise decision. Try and get Lona to bowl straight into the wicket.
Beautiful off drive there. That's the easy way to go about spin at the moment. You try to rotate strike, you try to use your feet, and the captain herself, Jennifer Gabriel, and Mwanaidi are doing it very good for Team Tanzania. A dot ball comes, ball pitched up and tries to go for an off drive, and it's stopped in the covers.
Fortunate, you'll be wondering where this opening combination has been, Jennifer and Mwanaidi. Maybe Tanzania have been saving the best for last, because 28 for no loss is not a very bad position for Tanzania. We well know that their mid order, you've mentioned it, has some good batters. So from here on, if they haven't dropped any wickets, they can be able to try and up their scoring rate.
I think the coaches are trying to use and see which combination would work for them.
Very well played, and the ball beating the 2 fielders and should race away for a boundary. Too much width on offer from Timong Patricia, and at her pace she becomes very, very easy pickings for any batter.
Look at the replay there. She picks the lane of the ball early, moves back, and Kapua hits the ball. There was a race and doesn't get anywhere with the fielders, and it results into a 4. Very good shot for Team Tanzania. At the moment, Tanzania at 32 for no loss. Very good comeback for Patricia Fiona. After losing her lane last time, she now comes back straight to the stumps and manages to pick a dot ball.
Yeah, this is going to be a good test for Uganda. Overpitched from Patricia, not punished. Going to be a good test for Uganda if Tanzania puts on a big total. And I would want them to put in a big total and see if Uganda can be able to chase it down. Hit straight down to the sweeper. Naomi Amongin with the cleanup to just get a single, but very good cricket from the Tanzanians. They find the boundary and then they are making sure they try and retort the strike, pick up ones and twos.
You know, Mr. Musali, teams have reputations. You might find that even Tanzania have been struggling to chase down a score. Maybe they are not good at chasing, and as we have seen in international cricket, you find teams are very good at chasing. Teams like India have really been good at chasing. Now let's see Uganda. Are they really good at chasing? That's the challenge I think they are giving themselves and to test their skills at the moment.
I'll ask you, Fortunate. I don't know what you would rather, but every time you win the toss, like they say, end of the 8th over 33 for no loss. But every time they say, when you win the toss, make sure you bat first. When you win the toss again, bat first. You win the toss, think about it, and also still bat first. I don't know what you'd rather do, but every time I win the toss, there's no way I'm ever going to field in a T20 game.
Yeah, given the conditions and knowing the strength of your team, you might find that your team doesn't have very good batters. Maybe they can be good, but not at a particular format of the game. They can be good in ODI, but not too good in T20s, where T20 doesn't need a lot of technique. It just needs timing the ball and being very agile when running between the wickets.
So what would you rather? If the conditions are very okay, what would you rather if you won the toss?
I will never go for bowling.
Exactly. In T20 cricket, I think it is suicidal for you to win the toss and decide to bowl first. The only other team in international cricket that was always that confident was a team that had a certain Mahendra Singh Dhoni in their lineup, because they knew they would chase down any total. Up-ish, but the sweeper comes around and cuts it off. Just keep it to the one run. Very good arm there from Michelle Ariogo, if I'm not mistaken. But a change in the bowling for Uganda. Patricia Apolot comes into the attack.
Very good for Team Tanzania today. They have really manned up after seeing that a couple of run-outs in the previous games. Today the calling and the communication between the wickets is very superb, and they haven't really been chances of run-outs because they are calling very well.
Falls short of the fielder. The fielder caught there in two minds whether to go for the catch or to tie it off. And very good running between the wickets. They get a double. I'll tell you, Team Tanzania, I think their team manager bought for them lines of the same network, because before this particular game, they had suffered at least 7 run-outs in the first 3 games. So I think now they are communicating on the same network.
I can think of them being new, not used with the conditions of Uganda. I think they have now acclimatized to the conditions, to the situations in Uganda here, and now they are putting things right. We saw a couple of bigger shots from the captain herself, Jennifer. She's proving to be very good on the balls that are pitched outside off. Look at that. She rocks back and tries to hit it hard through the covers and the point region, but she doesn't get much power on it, and neither does she get the timing right, and it results into a dot ball for Team Uganda.
Very good cricket. Good cricket awareness, realizing that the fielders are hanging on the ring. The captain, Jennifer, she has been scoring runs, but in the mid order. But today, I think she promotes herself up the order. She wants to take the cow by the horns, tired of waiting on others to do the job, so she comes out and wants to get the job done herself.
That was straight to the stumps, and she tries to go on the offside, but she doesn't get timing right, and it results into a dot ball. I think the captain, pressure has been mounting for the captain, given that she was coming later in the game, given that the wickets were falling rapidly for Tanzania. And now she tries to take charge and lead from the front and open and see whether they can sort out that issue of losing so many wickets in the power play and earlier. And now that challenge has been solved. But now the challenge that is at stake is, will they put up a bigger score, given that they haven't lost wickets, but they have just scored 36 runs.
Yeah, we well said, Fortunate. There, different day, different fortunes and different challenges. They were 30 for 6 in the first game and somehow managed, only lost by 9 runs because there was a very good performance here from the middle order. So could be interesting, different scenarios, and this is why you need these sort of tours. Michelle Ariogo comes into the attack for the Ugandans, and poor clumsy fielding there from Immaculate Nandera. The cleanup done by Lona Anyait. The Tanzanians continue to chip away, finding the ones and twos.
As a bowler, you have to note that Gabriel is not playing well balls that are straight to the stumps, but give her width. She will play the whole day. Look at that.
Another very good shot. And you've said it very well. I think you probably, I want to be very, very kind on these young ones. They're still learning the game. Of course, at the higher level, a bowler would adjust immediately and make sure they're not bowling outside of stump. Because Jennifer is very, very strong outside of stump. If you tell them that you need to bowl wicket to wicket, I don't know if they understand that instruction. But I think that will be the simple thing for the Ugandans to do, to try and just bowl wicket to wicket for Jennifer.
Because Jennifer, whenever she's playing, she tries to open up her front foot, open it up out of the way of the ball and hit on the offside. As a bowler, as you grow into the game, those are the adjustments that you have to note and that you have to adhere to.
Yeah, very true. And those are all, I hope Uganda is taking all these notes, because now this is a training tour. But most importantly, when they go to Kigali, that will be a tournament. One shot, one kill. Every game matters, so there's no second chance. You have to make sure that you do everything right in the tournament to be one of the teams that will be in contention for a World Cup place. The throw goes the wrong end there from Naomi. The chance was at the bowler's end, but she decided to throw at her captain, Jimmy Muhammad. Halfway stage, Tanzania 40 for no loss.
This is a very good score for Tanzania so far, because they haven't done this in the previous 3 games, and now they are at 40. Very good partnership there, a 40-run partnership between the openers, Jennifer Gabriel at 24 of 33, and Mawanda and Mwaneide scoring 14. That's a very good start for Team Tanzania. Hopefully it will push them and propel them to score a big score. Spinners are continuing here with the open field, and Tanzanians have been so good at playing spin, given the fact that they haven't lost wicket today. Oh, very big turn there. Turn and bounce from the young Michelle. That was a very good ball. The ball pits in a very good lane. The impact is very good and results into a dot ball. She tries to go for a cross shot. She goes across the lane, but good enough. The ball isn't in the lane of the wickets, and another dot ball in a low. Michelle continues. She has bowled just 1 over and conceded 4 runs. Powerful shot there on the onside, but there is protection at the boundary. Naum Amongin throws perfectly, and only 1 run comes from that shot. Very good piece of bowling from Michelle.
Patricia Apollot continues to dodge. She's challenging the batters. I think the slow pace of the ball is what they're failing to pick up. And there's not too much flight, so you're not sure whether to come forward or step back in your crease. What a top quality shot there from Mwanaidi. Gets all of that and races away from a boundary. There was totally no chance for the deep mid wicket to carry it off. All those dot balls suddenly count for nothing. You can see there on the replay. A top quality shot there from Mwanaidi. Slog sweep.
Very good, picked up. And these are the shots that are needed to be played at the moment. Any ball, any loose ball has to be hit hard, given the fact that you still have 10 wickets and now 10 overs are gone.
Goes again, this time all the way on the ground. No chance there for Erics Eronda, who's trying to keep chase. Back-to-back boundaries for Tanzania. And a very, very healthy over for them because they pick up 9 runs from it.
That was really timed well. On the body lane, goes down on one knee and sweeps to perfection. There is a fielder chasing for the ball and doesn't get it. Very good shot in the middle there. Tanzania at 45 for no loss after 11 overs at a run rate of 4.
Inside edge, they should just get a single.
The ball is not too happy with that, given the fact that it was edged. It would have been played on, but so lucky for the batter. Very good lane to bowl to at this stage of the game, where you have the batters that have built an inning and they have their eye into the game. Very piece of bowling there. Really very good piece of bowling. Another dot ball. Bowling straight to the stumps. That is the thing that you have to do at the moment. Use of the feet. And she manages to get 1 run. Very good cricket played by Jennifer Gabriel. And Tanzania are right into the thing. Very good play for Team Tanzania. The captain herself leading from front, having 3 runs. Mwanidi trying to support her captain there, which is very good. She has scored 16 runs from 31 balls. That's a very good thing to do at the moment. Back-to-back dot balls for Michelle. She has got her lane rate bowling straight to the stumps, restricting them to cut, restricting them to sweep. We have seen they are very good at sweeping in the last previous over.
Good running between the wickets, enforcing things. Oof, body and soul there from Michelle. She needs to be careful because of 2 things. One, she has to go back to school, but also the qualifiers are not very far away, so you don't want to injure yourself. But the 50 runs comes up for Tanzania, 51 for no loss. Very, very good position to be after 12 overs. Unfortunate. What do you think Tanzania need to do right now? Their captain has started stepping on the gas. She's 33 from 39 balls. And you can see the partnership contribution there from the captain, leading from the front, 33 from 39. And Mwanaidi has been a very good supporting cast, 17 from 33 balls. So Tanzania have done so well. Probably out of about 72 balls, they've been able to find at least 52 runs.
Yeah, I think it is at this stage of the game where you have to go hard on the ball, given the fact that you have some wickets in hand, and still I think the 12th man has brought on the message to the batters. Oh. A little bit of right there, but she doesn't get it right and results into a dot ball.
Yeah, it's a message that it's time now to tear the leather off the ball. But fortunately, we always say that wickets in hand is a bit deceptive. Up in the air, chance not taken, falls short of the fielder. We always say wickets in hand is deceptive. You may have a whole 10 wickets in hand and they score less than 52 runs. So it's important for those that have been able to get a start to stay in for as long as possible.
You're very right, Mr. Dennis. And at the moment we see captain is at 33 runs and we haven't seen a 50 in this tournament, and this is the chance for the captain to take charge and push her team and also score a big score for herself. She's just 14 runs shy from scoring a 50 for herself and for the team, and which is a very good thing to note. Having a 50 builds your confidence and morale.
Poor ball there from Patricia, and it is punished. Should race away for a boundary. I was about to say that the Tanzanians not very good not very good square of the wicket, but finally the Mwanaidi is able to get enough bats on a short ball and it races away for a boundary.
Given that the short ball was also bowled on the body and seeming rather going away from the batter, and she continues it just down the leg. She goes across the lane and the appeal is how is it, but the umpire says no. Very good call from the umpire there, but that was a loose shot to take at the moment. That was a risky shot. There was no need to do that, having got a 4 in the previous ball. And that marks the end of the 13th over. Tanzania at 58 for no loss. Very good partnership there. Just with 7 overs left to finish the first inning, and we are yet to see what score Tanzania puts on, such that Uganda gets into a challenge, given that they have scored 100 runs in the previous 3 games. So anything below 100 will be kinda easy, I might say, for Uganda. Bowling change. Patrish comes in to replace Michelle down the track. She goes for a powerful shot but doesn't time it right. That was a very good decision to take, coming down the track on a flatted delivery, trying to cut up that turn before the ball bounces. Very good piece of play, but doesn't get the elevation or the timing right and results into a dot ball. Very good start of the over by Patricia.
Too much power behind that, and there will be no stopping that. Eric's the ball runs away for another boundary. I think the field set here for Uganda is a bit poor. They can only use 4 fielders outside the circle. Again, too much width there from Timong, and Jennifer pounces. Something you've been mentioning, fortunate that Jennifer very strong on anything that has width on it.
And one thing as a captain, you have to note that when a slow bowler is bowling, you don't have to put the sweeper wider towards the point region, but you have to bring the sweeper fielder towards the mid off, rather the deep off, rather the long off, such that given that cut shot, it will be right onto the fielder. But when the ball is slow and you put the fielder square, that will be so lethal, and that's a bad decision to make as a captain.
I'll tell you, Lorna, I think, has saved 3 runs for her team, because again that was hit with a lot of power from Jennifer Gabriel. And I mentioned it that the problem with Timong is that her balls are easy to line up, especially if she misses her length. Another one single picked up by the Tanzanians. A very good over again for them. 6 runs so far.
That's a very good over for Team Tanzania. We are seeing that the batters are dominating the game, given that Uganda hasn't picked a wicket. Now pressure has shifted from Tanzania to Uganda. Wow.
Very, very good cricket from the captain. She gets into the 40s now. She's 40 from 46 balls. The captain leading from the front. Tanzania 65 for no loss after 14 overs. Where will they finish? Fortunate.
This is a very good start for Tanzania, given the fact that they scored no run in the first 2 overs. The first 2 overs were maidens from Team Uganda, and here see the partnership. Mwanaidi having 23 runs, Jennifer having 40 runs, and she's just 10 runs shy from scoring the first 50 run in this tournament. Can she make it? Is the question. She goes for a power shot there, but doesn't get the bat on it. And the appeal is, how is it? But the ball was outside off, pitching outside leg. And the umpire makes no mistakes and says it's not out. You can see the confidence that the captain has at the moment, even coming down the track. That shows that she has got her eye in. She has built confidence. The veins are pumping blood. That's very good. That's what you have to do to build partnership and try to keep into the game. Tries to go to the onside, across the lane, but the impact is not in lane. And another dot ball. I think Mwainidi just has to keep her shape and go for that big shot instead of rotating and turning to go across the lane.
I think Mwanaidi has one job right now, is just to make sure that, very good running between the wickets. Mwanaidi only has one job, to just make sure she's finding the ones to get the captain on strike. Because the captain looks like the aggressor, but Mwanaidi has played a very good supporting role. That 41 from the captain, the highest individual score so far in the tournament. So Jennifer Gabriel looking very, very good value for money. 6 boundaries for her and a strike rate of 85.4. Top quality stuff. This time she doesn't connect cleanly with that sweep shot. She got 2 boundaries in the previous over against the bowling of Patricia Polot. But like you've mentioned, fortunate. I think now she's very, very confident. Well played there by Mwanaidi. The plan for Uganda would be to try and give the captain a single and bowl as many balls as possible to Mwanaidi, who's not the aggressor. Mwanaidi is 24 from 40. So that way you try and dry up as many balls as possible. 5 more over, 68 for no loss, Tanzania.
Mwanaidi has really done her job right, just trying to get singles. Look at that. 0 maidens for Lorna. 3 overs bowled, conceding 14 runs, no wickets at an economy of 4.67. That's a very good piece of bowling in the T20, especially at this stage of the game where there hasn't been a wicket fall. That's very good for Team Uganda. Very well bowled from Lona. Another bowling change. Bowling change, Asmin Akruti, who is a very good all-rounder, batting all-rounder.
Again, good stuff from Mwanaidi. Gets a single off the first ball of the over. It's good cricket now that allows the captain to try and take charge of this over. Uganda will need to find a way against boundary riders. Two people, long on and long off. Deep mid-wicket and an extra cover. Was big, the captain, but straight to the fielder, and it's put down. Uganda clumsy in the field today, and Asumina Krut not very happy. She shows her frustration. Trying to see who the guilty party is, the fielder, but she was a bit casual when the ball came to her.
At the moment, as a batter, when you're dropped, given that you're at 40, that gives you morale and that pushes you to do more, given that you have given it out a chance and you have been dropped. You have been dropped. That gives you another propulsion and try to push you to a 50. That was the chance that Uganda needed to drop to break the partnership.
Again, clumsy there from the Ugandans. They get away. The Tanzanians, you can still get out on a no ball, pick up the ball and effect a run out. That's valuable to the team. Butterfingers from the Ugandans today.
Nandera, who was very good yesterday and in the previous games, but now looks to be lousy in the field. A dot ball comes for Asmini, and at the moment, with wickets in hand, those dot balls will be bad for Team Tanzania, but working for Uganda.
Finally, the breakthrough comes for the Ugandans. You would have predicted how Tanzania will lose their first wicket. Run out. They've been suffering a lot of run-outs, but this one comes, I won't say not at a very bad time, because Tanzania are set. They are trying to get everything on the park, and they were running for it. But you see a very good fielding effort there from Lona Nyait, because the ball was hit with some venom, and she was able to pick it up and put in a good throw. Not even a throw, but direct hit. Had Mwanaidi short of her ground. Tanzania lose their first wicket. They're now 73 for 1.
Very well done by Mwanaidi. Look at the replay there. Comes down the track and hits it with energy. Very well stopped there. A very good throw, shy of the stump, and a direct hit. Look at the celebration after breaking a 70-run partnership, the highest partnership so far. Very well batted by Mwanaidi, given the fact that she's out at the moment. She has done her job right. She has done what has been failing for Team Tanzania, and now Uganda picks their first wicket of the 4th game out of the 5 that are going to be played. A new batter walks in, but the captain is still in the middle there, trying to do things right for her team. Dot ball, first ball for the new batter, and Uganda gets another dot ball to finish the over. 16 overs, just 1 wicket picked, and it's 73 runs for 1. The captain, who has played since the start of the inning is at 43 of 52 balls. Can she continue and do a very good role for her team? Try to play not out. Try to get runs for your team and for yourself as well. She's at 43 and she's now on strike.
And good shot there from the captain, but not enough bat on it. Eriks comes around to do the cleanup. Captain is going to be very important for Tanzania. If she's able to stay all the way up to the end, I think they should be able to get to their 100 runs. They need another 26 runs from 23 balls.
Yes, as you've said, Mr. Musali, at this moment the captain doesn't have to lose her wicket because she has got herself in trying to build a new partnership. If she loses her wicket, would be so challenging for Team Tanzania. Now the new batter in has to do all things to support her captain and push the scores to a double score.
Yeah, very good offer there by Geoffrey. They will pick up a double. The ball there completely misread. The flight of the ball completely misread there by Nabalime. Came in very quickly, but she didn't realize that the ball was going to fly over her head. Small things you learn as these are things that you learn when you're playing, and this opportunity is very, very good for these young ones to learn on the job. Again, another good offer there from Geoffrey. It's good support. Unusual there from Malisa Riokot, just underarming the ball back to the bowler. I don't know if she has a problem with that shoulder, but when teams see you doing that, they will pick up a run next time.
Gabriel has come on with a very good intent, given that wicket are still in hand. She uses power down the track, the captain.
And very good work there from Asumin, because everything that is being struck by Jennifer is coming out of the middle of the bat. So it comes at a good pace to the fielder. Tanzania, better intent from them, fortunate today. So much better intent. Goes across the line and completely misses the ball. The ball rattles into the wickets. Tanzania dropped their second wicket, 78 for 2 after 17 overs. But we've been speaking about it today. A much better intent. They had a very long team meeting yesterday after they lost to Uganda. And I'm hoping that these are some of the lessons they took from that meeting. They have shown so much. They've shown very good intent throughout this particular game. Even a wicket like that, you wouldn't mind it because the batter is actually trying to get runs.
That was expected of her, to come and go hard on the ball, but doesn't get the lane of the ball right, doesn't pick the bounce of the ball, and there she goes. She departs for 3, but very good intent at this stage of the game where you still have wickets in hand and very few balls, but still the captain still leading from the front, just 5 runs shy to the 50-run mark. Can she do it for her? Can we today register a 50-run from either the Tanzanian side or the Ugandan side, Mr. Musali? But so far the captain is just 5 runs short. Hopefully she can do that. She can challenge the Ugandan batters to also score a big score. At the moment, a 50 can boost your morale, can boost your confidence, given that you're going into a competition in the next month. That would be so good for the captain and for Team Tanzania, knowing that they have someone to rely on in this training tour. Bowling change. Michelle continues from the Ginger Road side with a new bat on strike, rather with the captain on strike. And there is a field change. Captain is trying to keep the Ugandan think So far, 2 on the offside and 2 on the onside, with a deep square leg and deep mid wickets, deep extra covers and long off down the track and bowled.
There will be no 50 for the captain. Jennifer Gabriel loses her wicket. Michelle gets the big fish of the captain. She was 45 from 54 balls, but she will certainly be disappointed with herself. They have at least 17 more balls to go, so she needed to be there for as long as possible, but that won't be. She leaves the team in a good place, a 78 for 3.
Look at the replay there. She tries to get down the track and misses all through. Tries to retrieve her crease, but doesn't get it right. It was clean bowled, very good bowling, straight in the middle, good lane. Just missed the off stump and bails off. The captain departs at 45. That was a very good fight, and that was the breakthrough that Uganda needed. Hopefully with the new batters on crease, that can help Uganda to limit Tanzania at a score below 100 with just 17 balls to play at this stage of the game. New batters, now what do you do as new batters? Still few balls left, but more wickets in hand. Spinners on the action. New batter comes on, the right-hander. Michelle continues her dominancy, just conceding 7 runs, picking 1 wicket in 2.1 overs. Very good field changes there. She gets a long on, deep mid wickets and deep square leg, with only one fielder on the offside. That is the deep extra covers. That was very good bowling from Michelle. Just 1 run down the leg. The square leg being down at the rope. And Tanzania continues ticking the scoreboard, which is very good for them at this stage of the game.
Fortunate, do you think they will get 100 runs? Good hit there from Agnes Joseph Kwele.
At the moment, I can't say no, neither can I say yes, because these are the mid-order batters for Tanzania who have been on form, but the bowlers are bowling right reins.
Yeah, picked up on the pads and well done on the rope. Farida Amiri has been scoring runs in that mid-order. The challenge for them when they come in now is that they need to go immediately. Previously, Farida has been scoring runs when she takes her time and then starts going a bit later, but now there's no time to waste. You have to start firing immediately.
And when you start firing immediately with your eye not into the game, that's when such of a catch. Oh, there is a chance given. Good catch taken in the end.
Asmina Krut there with a catch that will surely make the highlights package. Top quality effort there from the field. Asmin has been brilliant throughout the whole day, the whole morning, and this time she takes a top catch because that was going away for a boundary.
Let's see the replay here. A powerful shot clears the front leg and goes on the onside. Good running in, retrieves in the end, and she takes the catch at the last moment. First drop at the first attempt and retrieves back. But that was a very good energy shown. Clears the front leg, goes on a full swing. Good running in, takes it. That was a very good catch. From that angle, we can see that the catch has been easily taken. Very good fielding. And now the left-hander Lucas, who was so good in the previous game. She led her team to 33 by scoring 33. That's a replay of a catch there. Out of the middle. The left-hander Lucas off the mark. She goes. A run over chance out, direct hit. Oh, she was nowhere. The bat was up in the air, but misses the stumps. Very good start for Lucas.
Yeah, Maria Lucas there, very, very fortunate, but she was nearly caught out of her ground. 81 for 4, much better from the Ugandans now at the back end. They've found the wickets. They've picked up a couple of wickets, but have also made sure that they keep it very, very tight.
That was the captain who was leading from the front. Tries to go for a bigger shot and misses in the end. Tries to recover her crease, but all in vain. She departed at 45, but it was a very faint knock from the captain, leading from the front, given the fact that she faced 6 balls without getting off the mark, but managed to come back into the game. That is the kind of play. Whenever under pressure, you don't have to rush into the things. You have to trust the process and wait for the right moment. Nandera was very good in the beginning, posing threats for the top orders of the Tanzanian side.
Yeah, changing the bowling. Asumina Kroot now from the shell end. Loud appeals there from the Ugandans. Again, slow to react to the ball. Michelle Nabolime Gringish. Now Tanzania struggling to get to their 100-run mark. They looked set at 72 for no loss. But 82, they've lost 10 wickets. They've lost 4 wickets for only 10 runs. Somehow the runs, it's like the run scoring has stalled for them.
Very good comeback for Team Uganda. And now the pressure has shifted from Uganda to Tanzania, given that they've lost 4 wickets, as Msal has just said. And now new batters on the wicket.
Yeah, very good offer there from Maria Lucas, but from Farida Amiri. Again, the mistakes there from the Ugandans. They need to realize that Farida has been one of the good strikers of the ball, so they need to defend against her. With the pace that Asumina Kroot bowls, there's no point in them having someone at third man. They make that realization and bring her inside the circle. So they need to protect her. They need to give her enough protection in front of the wicket. Strays down the leg side. That's what happens when you're hit for a boundary. You're trying to overthink it, because if she bowls a similar type of ball, she will only go for a single.
Now pressure has shifted, and Asumin is bowling under pressure after conceding 1 boundary. But the batter sees and plays with her field, given that the mid-off was in the middle. She goes over the top.
Again, poorly done. The chase is on. Nobody made that so well to keep it in. Not nobody made. Michelle Ariogo. Some loss of concentration there from Jimmy Muhammad standing up. It's very difficult as a wicketkeeper. Very, very difficult to stand up the wicket, especially if a bowler is very inconsistent. They are bowling one down the leg side and another on the offside. Becomes difficult for the keeper, to stay in the right state of mind?
I think that said that given the fact that Asmin was bowling from the Ginger Road side and now she has been asked to bowl from the Shell End side, I think that said that she's bowling too has given her challenge, because the previous overs she was very good with her lane and now she has bowled 4 wides in an over. I think that's something that the captain has to think about and work it for her side. Now the left-right combination is into play. We can see the fielders are running. And now Lucas, who was very good in the previous game yesterday, scoring her 3 runs, and now she's on strike. She's a very good cut of the ball. She plays late and we are yet to see some good shots from her today.
Inside the edge, they'll just get a single. Uganda somehow helping Tanzania to get to their 100 runs. Now 93 for 4. There've been a couple of wides in this particular over from Asumina Krut. Asmin has just taken probably the catch of the series.
The question, Mr. Msali, last time you asked was, can Tanzania go to a 100 run? And now we can see the signs that they are into the thing. Oh, chance of a run out there, but Tanzanian batters Lucas and Maria are very good and quick off the ground. Uganda's lowest score was 102, and now Tanzania are just 7 runs short. Can they make it to 103, hopefully to beat the low score for Uganda?
Swing and a miss, and given, I think she got a thin edge through to the keeper. Asumina Krut picks a wicket. Tanzania 95 for 5 now.
That was unusual way to see Lucas play, given that she was very good yesterday playing the cut shots, and now she tries to go for a powerful shot. That's very unusual, so peculiar for her. But at this stage of the game, it was called for. She tries to go for a big shot, but doesn't get it right, doesn't get enough bat on it. And in the end, easily taken by the wicket keeper, and a very good call. And the umpire gives out. And Lucas departs. Tanzania now 85 for 5. Can they make their biggest score today? So far, this is their biggest score, 95. Last time they were chasing down 107 and they lost by 8 runs. Therefore, they haven't beat their biggest score so far. But they have the chance to beat their highest score last time and make it a high score today. There is bowling change. Michelle Ariok. Michelle comes into the attack and fast ball bowls it on the body and it's swept, but there is protection at the deep square leg and just gets 1 run. A new bat is on strike, and Michelle has been so well with her lanes. She has picked wickets for her team, taking the very deadly captain, and now she continues her dominancy, having 3 fielders on the onside and only 1 fielder on the offside, giving instructions. There is some field change, asking her gun fielder to move in and be aware. A very good shot, a slog sweep, a chance of a run out, and there she easily departs. Very good fielding in the mid-wicket region. Very good throw on the right side, and the run out is taken in the end. A run out pedigree for Tanzania continues, and another run out in the game today.
2 so far. That count, I think that's what Tanzania those are some of the notes they will take back home and try and work on. The run outs are plenty. Maybe this one is you'd somehow feel that because they're trying to get runs, that's a bit acceptable. try and put pressure on the fielder in case they fumble or the throw is not right on top of the stumps. Then you'll be in business. But this time Michelle with the simplest of jobs there to just wipe off the bails. 96 for 6 Tanzania is where they are with 4 balls left in the first innings.
Michelle is doing a very good work for her team. She has bowled 3.2 overs, conceding 12 runs. That's a very good spell in this game. Very, very good spell. Picking 2 wickets to mention with a run out in her over. That's very good bowling from Michelle. With a new bat on strike. New bat on strike. And Tanzania at 96 for 6. This is the second last over. And Michelle, this is her last over. That's bowled wide. The new batter, Lateness, who was an opening batter, and now she's batting at number 8. Can she adapt to the open field? That's the question. That's maybe something that the coaches are trying to see. An easy way to get off the mark. Hit hard, but there is protection at the boundary. They only get 1 run. Lateness hasn't scored good runs at top of the order, and now she has been dropped at number 8. With Farida still on strike. Farida in the second game scored 33 runs and pushed the score for Tanzania to 67. That was a very good knock for Farida, and she continues to push her team to a triple score. Clean bowled, tries to go across the lane on a very slow ball. She doesn't hold pause. She loses her head. I think she even closes her eyes because there is no way how you can keep your head and fail to meet that ball. She loses her head, loses sight of the ball, and clean bowled. Only one bail goes off. That's the replay. Very good lane bowled at. Goes across, loses her head, and leg off stump is bowled. Very good bowling from Michelle, picking 3 wickets. This has been the most economical over for Uganda. Michelle has been so well with her spin, so good with her spin in the previous games, and she continues to pick wickets for Uganda. She's only left with 3 bowls. Can she pick more wickets? Maybe get 4 or 5, and there is a chance for her to get a 5 or 4 wickets. We haven't seen bowlers pick 4 wickets in this series, but Michelle is now posed with a challenge, and she has the chance, given that they are the late tailenders that are into the strike and into the batting, and Michelle has 2 more balls to bowl. A new batter is on strike and taking her guard there. So far 19.4 overs. Last 8 balls to go. Very good protection on the leg side. Chance of a cut, and it's dropped. The second drop of the day. Easy drops. Same person, and she's very sad. She doesn't believe it. That was an easy catch to take.
Yeah, Eric's, I think the problem for her, in my opinion, would be that she always looks very, very casual in her approach. Would pick up, and this time the ball will find the gap and race away for a boundary. The 100 will come up for the Tanzanians. They will finish on 101 for 7.
That drop would have made 4 wickets for Michelle.
I'll
But
tell you why that drop is also costly fortunate. That would have meant that they don't take a single, and the new batter will be the one on strike. But because they took a single, it allowed Lightness to be on strike, and that's how she was able to pick up the boundary. So the drop worth at least 5 runs. And look at the batting scorecard there for the Tanzanians, finishing on 102 for 7. They stand out here, that top order pairing of Jennifer Gabriel and Mwanaidi Atumani, putting on 72 together, 45 and 27 respectively, but putting on 72 together to help Tanzania make a charge for it. Uganda came back very well in the final 5 overs to make sure they restrict the Tanzanians to only 102 for 7 in 20 overs. Only 29 extras bowled by the Ugandans, but a good batting effort here from the Tanzanians.
so far 102 is the highest score for Tanzania, and yesterday Uganda scored 102 runs, and now this is the bowling card for Team Uganda. Immaculate Nandera, who bowled the first maiden and the first over for Uganda, bowls 2 overs in the game, concedes 11, picks 1 wicket, picks no wicket, 1 maiden at an economy of 5.5. Asumini Akurut bowls 4, 1 maiden, 22 runs, 5.5 economy. Lona Anyait bowls 4, picks no wickets at an economy of 4.7. Michelle Ariogo, who was very good, picking 3 wickets, conceding 18 at an economy of 4.4. That restricted Tanzania at a score of 102.
And that's a match summary. Uganda finishing on 102 for 7 in 20 overs. Tanzania will need 103 runs from 120 balls when we come back with the second innings of the game. We are back for the second innings of the fourth T20 match between the Uganda under-19 girls and the Tanzania under-19 girls. Uganda needing 103 runs from 120 balls. The Tanzania set in the first innings. Every team that has batted in the first innings has scored at least 100 runs. My name is Dennis Musala, and I'm here with Fortunate Alijuna to take you through this second innings of this particular match. Fortunate, every team, like I've been mentioning, has scored at least 100 runs in the first innings, but Uganda has only been able to win all those games batting first. They haven't won any game batting second.
Maybe reason being because they haven't won the game. They haven't won the game because they haven't chased any score, because they have been batting first. And now coming to the second inning, chasing 102 runs, there are some players that Tanzanians have to think about. Patricia Timong, Asmin, who have been very good with the bat. Asmin averages 91 from 3 innings that she has played. That is the player that you have to be thinking about as a captain, and try all methods that needed to be to pick such a wicket of hers. And the Patricia herself, Patricia Timong, has been good, top of the order there, and hopefully for the Tanzanian side they have to pick a wicket early in the power play, because Ugandan batters have been good in the power play, trying to keep their wickets, but now it's a new challenge here.
Yeah, Patricia Timong has been steady and strong at the top of the order. I think the best thing about her is that she plays within herself, doesn't take so many risks, and if the ball is in her zone, she will go after it. But she'll be up against Agnes Kwele from the Shell End. Swing and a miss to start off things there from Agnes Kwele.
Very good pace to start up with. Kwele has been so crucial at the start there with her sheer pace, giving challenge to the Ugandan batters. They haven't hit Kwele so far in the previous 3 games. She has been leading from the front. Hopefully she does the same, but this time she needs to pick early wickets to push Uganda on the back foot.
Another swing and a miss. You can see how Patricia Timong is shaping, just staying in one place and just swinging for it. Nothing shots.
That is a very good line to bowl to, asking Patricia to get alignment so well, of which she doesn't do, and doesn't reach out for the ball, hence the dot balls.
Oh, chance. And it races away for the first runs and the first boundary. Thick outside edge from Patricia Timong. Uganda will take the runs whichever way they come. They get the first runs off the outside edge of Patricia Timong. I was about to mention that with the way she shapes and with the way where the ball is, her most likely scoring option is going to be an edge. Third man could have done much better. Just kicks the ball into the boundary. Uganda will be happy. They are off the mark.
Very good play there in the end. She manages to get the lane of the ball and blocks off the front foot. That's a very good way of to play at this stage of the game, where the ball is still new, has some swing on it. You don't have to go fishing after the ball or throwing your arms to the ball. You have to align perfectly with the ball and hit and play the ball late. Very good start for Agnes Kwele.
Enough bat there from Patricia Timong, and this time to race away for another boundary. Too much width, and with that pace, all you have to do is just make sure you put enough bat on it. Patricia Timong is only dealing in boundaries.
I think something that the captain has to work with. Kwele hasn't bowled anything on the body or close to the body. Everything has been bowled outside off. That means any possible shot will be either a cut shot or a square drive. But she has a fine leg at the boundary and just the third man. I think she would have dropped the point to cut out that maybe cut shots. But she doesn't make that adjustment so quickly. A very good start of the game for Uganda. First over, and Uganda has 8 runs. Contrary to the Tanzanian side, Tanzania was having 0 runs after the first 2 overs, and now Uganda has 8 runs in the first 1 over. Very good start for Uganda. Patricia Fiona already has 8 runs, and this is the man who, and this is the batter who has been very good at the top there, trying to hold her nerves, trying to push the team, trying to play as much as possible she can. And now she is at 8 after facing the first over of Kwele. And now Jimmy Abdallah is the batter on strike. Oh.
Intentional edge there from Jimia to get off the mark. Jimia has been struggling for runs. I think the problem for her is she always gets very anxious trying to make things happen when it's not even necessary. Just needs to give herself time and stay in and try and give yourself a chance to score runs.
And she bats from the leg stump, and on most occasions she doesn't move her legs to align with the ball. That has always given her challenge, given that balls that are bowled outside off have been so challengeful for her. A dot ball and a chance of a run out, but there is a very good call for the Ugandans in the middle there. There was a poor fielding in the covers, and the dot ball comes for Zakia Ali, who has just bowled two balls in this inning.
.94 from 18.5 overs is what Uganda need. How can they be able to manage the run chase? Chasing runs always needs a strong head. Pitched up but missed out there on Patricia Timong. Those are the balls that I feel that Patricia Timong should be cashing in on. Full and right in the slot. That should always be finding the boundary instead of the fielder.
Patricia Timong has proven that she takes time to build her innings. Hopefully those balls won't be of a challenge in the later stage of the game. But as for now, she's building her eye into the ball, into the game. And Zeeka continues with dot balls. Bit of foot movement there, but the ball is too wide. The first wide for the game. And Zakia Ali has just bowled 4 balls, conceded 2 runs, and that's the 3rd run that she has conceded off a wide ball. Very good lane there, beating the 4th stump and doesn't get it right. She tries to go for a cut shot, but results into a dot ball. Very good piece of bowling by Zakia Ali. Zakia didn't bowl in the first game, where Uganda won after scoring 107 runs. That was the second game, sorry. Oh, that was very close. Very close. The keeper doesn't get enough glove on it. She tries to recover, but still dropped in the end. That was A very close chance there. Look at the lane. Straight. Oh, that was not even a chance. There was a chance of an LBW.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't appeal for the LBW. And I don't think there was any bat on that. Struck, but not straight to the fielder. We've already seen one good catch in this game. Asumina Krut pulling off a blinder in the first innings. 10 for no loss, Uganda after 2 overs.
I think they didn't appeal in the previous game, hoping that it was a chance of a catch, but which seemed not to be actually from the bat, yet it was direct onto the pad. But that was a very good over ball by Zakia Ali, just going for 3 runs after the previous over that was bowled by Kwele had went for 8 runs. Joseph comes into the change, bowling change from the shell end. Joseph comes to lead from the front. Touch and go, but there is a very good call. First dot ball for the captain. Things seem to be moving well for both sides. Uganda hasn't lost any wicket. Tanzania are yet into the dugout. They are really doing good job there. The previous over just went for 3.
Money short there for Jimmy Muhammad, and she goes to it immediately. From one captain to another, Jennifer Gabriel hit powerfully behind point for a boundary. Fortunate you mentioned it. I think all these players like width. So teams need to learn how to bowl wicket to wicket, because even the Tanzanians are very, very strong on anything that has width on it.
That is something that they have to think of, regardless of all those things. There is a technical issue with the field. You can't be bowling outside off and you have a fin leg at the boundary. Yet you know all the shots will be either cut shots and you don't have any person. Maybe the point must have been pushed down on the rope to cut that boundary, and instead of having a fin leg, the point should drop down to the boundary, because we've seen so far 2 boundaries of that shot. The captain must be thinking of that, or should think about that, because everything outside off has either been played on the offside. But well done by the captain. She comes back strong, picking back-to-back dot balls.
Was up in the air for a bit, but lands safely. That is where Jimia just needs to make those improvements about her. The balls that are bowled on the length, a bit difficult for her to negotiate. You can't always wait for the balls that are outside of stump. She got out yesterday playing a similar sort of shot, so she just needs to improve, because she puts her head up immediately. Body is nowhere close to the ball.
And again, when she's going for that shot, that for the balls that are pitched outside, she clears her front foot, steps away from the ball, giving an extra width on the ball, instead of aligning and stepping into the ball and hitting it over covers. She does the opposite. The captain is now perturbed after bowling 2 consecutive wides down the leg. I think that's the reason as to why she keeps her fin leg on the boundary, knowing that at any time there might be a ball on the pad. But that was a loose ball, and that pushes Uganda to 17.
Yeah, the fielding so far for the Tanzania is a bit untidy. Uganda was untidy as well in the morning game. Today looks like that both teams left the fielders at the hotel. 17 for no loss after 3 overs.
At this stage of the game, Tanzania was at 13 runs from 3 overs, and now Uganda is at 17. They lead by 5 runs. That's a very good start for Uganda. But nevertheless, Tanzania had went 2 overs without conceding any run. But they managed to get back into the track. A full toss on the pad, and it's glanced, a call for a 2, and there they try, and she reaches home safe. They get a 2 off the first ball of the 4th over. That was a very good shot played, and very good communication between the middle, very good running between the middle. I like the way how Ugandan openers try to do their things in the power play.
I think a better improvement as well today. They've shown a lot more aggression running between the wickets, picking up the 1s and 2s. When you do that, you put the pressures on pressure. You put the fielders on pressure, and that way you can pick up where there wouldn't have been a run. You could easily pick up a single. Tanzania need to find something. They need to get a bit tidy so that they can be able to challenge Uganda. Otherwise, right now it looks very, very easy for Uganda.
Touch and go. Patricia is good, something that she's very good at. She's doing something that she's very good at. Running between the wickets has not been a problem to her for the past few games she's played at Gaga here. And now Uganda still into the thing. Tanzania, Zakia, who has been on top, and now she hasn't conceded any dot ball. I love the way how Uganda have thought of taking on this game, given that they have 120 balls to chase down a score of 102. Occasionally, if you take 1 run from each ball, you end up winning the game. And they have shown that they have come to run those singles, which think they have done so well. They're trying to push so hard for singles. And this brings Uganda into the lead with 22 runs in the power play. Very good pace there and very good line. She tries to go hard on the ball but doesn't get the timing. And Zakia is bowling well at the moment, hasn't conceded any boundary, neither in the previous game, no, rather in the previous over, no, in this over so far. She's doing very well.
Again, misses out Patricia Timong. Full toss on the pads. One of the easiest balls to clip for a boundary. So there's small things that they will need to work on between now and the under 19 qualifiers.
And again, there is no protection at the leg. Had she gapped it very well, it would have raced to the boundary easily for 4. She goes hard onto the ball but doesn't get the time rate. She closes the bat early, and that marks the end of the 4th over. Zakia finishes with only 4 runs conceded in her over, and that brings a total of 22 runs in 4 overs for no loss. Kwele comes back into the attack from the shell end. The first over was expensive for her. She conceded 8 runs in the first over. Both the 8 runs were cut short through point, and now she comes back. I think the captain trusts her so much, given the fact that she's quick. That will give challenge. Maybe she gets her lane rate this time. Patricia Fiona, who seems not to be in a rush, is on strike. Nice, easily played there. Nice and easily played there. Gap through the slip. But there is protection at the third man. As I said, Patricia is not on a rush. Just gets bat on the ball and rotates the strike easily with her captain, Jumia Abdallah. Abdallah was the one who hit the ball into the third man region and gets off strike. Kwele continues in her run up. Oh, that was a chance of a fish, but doesn't get the bat on it. And that's a dot ball for Kwele. Very good bowling there, very good lane. Good batting by the Ugandans here. Very good partnership between their two openers. As we've seen for the Tanzanian openers, they were also good in the same way, given that they didn't lose a wicket until the 72 run had been conceded, had been scored between the two. And now Uganda are also into the same thing. In the power play, they've scored 22 runs and lost no wicket. This is something that we've been lacking for the past 3 games, and now the openers are doing it right for both teams. Oh, a touch and go, chance of a run out. Derek shy at the stumps. There is backup. That was a risky run to take. Though the openers, Patricia and Abdallah, are so quick off their feet and manage to reach home safely. Very good call between the two. Had there been a fumble, a poor communication, things would have resulted to be bad for Team Uganda. But nevertheless, very good batting and very good communication for the two. Kwela continues. Touch and go, but doesn't go anywhere. Tries to drop it to the offside region and doesn't get it right. Abdallah and Patricia are leading their team to chase down a total of 102 that was scored by Tanzania after losing 7 wickets. But courtesy of the openers, more so the captain Joseph, who scored 45, and that's the highest individual score of the tournament so far. Oh, appeal and up the arm goes. Very good call and very good ball. In the end, a very good catch by the wicket keeper. That marks the end of Jamia Abdallah Muhammad, who has been very good with her partner Patricia Fiona. Very good breakthrough for Team Tanzania.
Yeah, fortunate. You feel like it's been coming. Jamia has been playing a lot of balls behind the wicket, and finally she just manages to get that straight into the waiting hands of the keeper. Kwela has been very, very consistent. Very well. It's a good catch there from the keeper. Again, you can see Jumia trying to run the ball down to third man. When you want to play that shot, all you need to do is get your bat and your pad and bat close to the ball. Keep your head down, and then you just use your soft hands to run down the ball. But when you try to play it, and you're not in the right position, that's when you get caught out. 24 for 1 after 5 overs, Uganda.
Something that Abdallah has to do before going into the major competition. She needs to play late. She needs to play late. She needs to get the lane of the ball early. Maybe she has to get a 10 session in the nets and try to play so many of the drives, because she has been getting fishy so easily in the previous games. I think she has to work on that. As an opener, you have to get things right. You have to get the alignment right. You don't have to drop your elbows. That's something that you have to do. Oh, how is it? Is the appeal? And the umpire ignores, says no. That was a very good delivery from Farida Amiri, who was very good with the ball in the previous games. Oh, and Patricia Fiona is trying to be lazy on that, and even the previous ball for the balls are being bowled full, and she tries to go very easy on them and very lazy. She has to take charge given that her partner has just given out her wicket. Oh, you see that? An easy touch. Too lazy to mention, Mr. Msali.
Yeah, she's a bit. I think that's just her nature. She always looks a bit casual. She can pack a punch, but I think she needs to communicate better with Lorna. They were previously running on the balls that were there with Jimia. But now when you're batting with someone else, you just need to make sure the communication is also in sync. Because while they try to take a single, you can see the field at mid-wicket standing on the ring. So if you use the soft hands and she doesn't use a lot of power, Timong, you can quickly scamper through for a single. Up in the air, but put down. Gets away with that. Gets away with Mada Timong. But that had been hit straight to the fielder.
I think the catching technique that was used there tries to push her arms to the ball, yet the ball is coming to her. She would have waited for the ball and caught the ball closer to the body, but she tries to rush into the catch, and in the end she drops a very crucial catch for Patricia Fiona, who has been there from the start, and she's at 13. Oh, Lorna goes for a big shot. Oh, very good shot in the start, but results into a dot ball. Lorna was very good with the ball in the morning, and now she has come in at number 3 and trying to chase down the score for Team Uganda. This is the first time to see Lorna play in this series, and she is not off the mark yet, but she was very good with the ball, and now she has been given a responsibility to play at number 3, and at this number it's where you have to build an inning. Number 3, as a number 3 batter, you have to be rotating around all other batters until the end of the inning. Now changing the bowling, the captain Joseph gets the ball, gives it to her left arm orthodox bowler, and spinners are into the attack with only 2 fielders on the onside. The deep square leg and the deep mid wickets are at the rope bowling, the left arm bowling to the right hander. I think the ball will be turning away. There is a change in the fielding setup after the power play. The sweeper at the offside has been pushed to the boundary, and 3 fielders on the offside and only 1 on the onside. Balls are turning with the mid off in this ring. Oh, first ball there, played safe onto the point region.
Not a bad plan here by the Tanzanians. Patricia Timong, not a very strong hit of the ball. So if you can try and bowl the spin, you can try and use your spinners when she is batting, can get in a couple of dot balls. Ooh. Stamping there, completely missed by the keeper. Timong had taken a walk down the wrong path, and she nearly got strangled down the leg side.
These are the errors that Tanzania need not to be doing at the moment. Any chance that is rendered to you, take it as much as possibly you can. And now another chance drops for the wicket keeper. That would have brought the wicket column to 2, but now a drop in the end. Very big turn there. She goes for a wild cut, but doesn't get it right. Josephine Alak is bowling very well. So far has only conceded 1 off a white ball. That's a very good start for the spinner. Another weight comes into the action. Down the leg. Fiona tries to go for a big pull shot, but doesn't get it right. Oh, flight in the end, but doesn't get it right. Doesn't pick the flight. And another dot ball. Josephine is really bowling well. Now Fiona needs to get off strike, otherwise the pressure is mounting on her side. Goes for a big shot. Another miss. For the balls that are turning away from you, you have to play with the turn. Maybe use soft hands. Try to drop as much as possible. Play very late. And at the moment, you don't have to concede so many dot balls. Thus, the pressure will amount given that it's a T20. Oh, soft hands there. Another dot ball. That marks the end of the 7th over. Just 2 runs conceded, but the 2 runs were wide. The 2 runs were just wide. Hence, 6 dot balls for Patricia in a row. At this moment, I've been joined by Mr. Sajabi. Mr. Sajabi, you are welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you so much, Fortunate. I'm very, very happy to be back again. Very good to see Tanzania also coming out to bat first and getting 3 digits there on the board. Interesting to see how Uganda goes about the business. 27 for 1 after 7 overs. Very, very brilliant as the left-handed orthodox bowler comes back into the attack there for Team Tanzania. Lucas Maria Masawe holds the grip of the ball there for Team Tanzania from the Ginger Road end. Some good spell there from Lucas to start off the over.
Lucas Masao has picked 3 wickets in the previous games, and she has been so economical for Team Tanzania, and she continues to bowl in the right spots, right lanes. Oh, touch and go, misfield there, but in the end no run taken from that ball. Very good bowling there, straight to the stumps, not giving the batter rooms to cut or length to work with. Very good bowling from Lucas.
Dropped a bit short, not enough power onto that one, but it is in the gap. Uganda picks up a single.
Lucas is really bowling nicely at this moment. Very good bowling by Lucas. The batter tries to use her feet but doesn't adjust very well with the pace of the ball and results into getting only 1 run. Soft hands into the covers, played on a push, and another dot ball for Team Tanzania.
This time round she tries to make some foot movement, but a fairly lofted delivery there from Maria Lucas, not giving Patricia Fiona room to play it away. Another beautiful dot ball there from Maria Lucas. Only 1 run coming off Maria Lucas's first over. End of the 8th over. 28 for 1 is the score here at Lugogo Cricket Oval.
So far 27 dot balls have been conceded in this inning. 27 dot balls so far, so many for Team Uganda, but contrary to the Tanzanian side, they had conceded more dot balls than the Ugandans have, and this is not bad so far for Team Uganda. But the wickets for Uganda, they have lost so far 1 wicket, but the Tanzanians at this stage of the game, they hadn't lost any wicket. Can they still hold up onto that to defending 102 runs?
Josephine Shirima, they are back with the ball. Another left-arm orthodox bowler there in the Tanzanian team. Gives it some width. Goes for a cut shot. Lona Anyait misses it.
The spinners have really done a big work for their team, not being so expensive, trying to bowl good balls, trying as much as possible to cut the runs, to dry the runs, and to pay pressure to the Ugandan side.
Beautiful, beautiful. They are trying to tempt her, but Lona Anyait not falling for the temptation. Another an outside off stump. This time this one gets the blade of Lona. Some quick running there as Uganda picks up a single.
Throws to the wrong side. The keeper said was close, and the own striker didn't have a good start in the beginning, but the fielder at point throws, Kwela Joseph throws to the wrong side, and Uganda manages to get another run. Use of the feet, chance of a catch, and up in the air, she departs.
Is a takings there at covers. She didn't even need to move a lot. What a brilliant performance there as she completes a very nice catch there to give Tanzania the second wicket. 29 for 2 is the score here at Lugogo Cricket Oval.
This was easily picked by the bowler as Fiona tries to come down the track early. She cuts the space on the ball, and Fiona tries to go across her pad using her wrist, dropping the elbow, and in the end doesn't close the ball to the onside and results into the top edge, hence being caught in the cover region. This brings Uganda at 28 for 2. At this stage of the game, Tanzania were at 36 for no loss. Now there is a difference of 8 runs in between there, but 2 wickets conceded for Uganda.
New batter making her way out of the dugout. Akurut Asmin pierces it into the gap. Bit of misfield, and she gets off the mark right away. Asmin Akurut, one of the players who have been getting runs for Team Uganda. In the first match, she got 32. In the second match, she got 38. In the third match, she got 20. She's now in to make sure that she gets some runs for Uganda. Another one there with soft hands, straight to the hands of the fielder, but the throw, not enough power onto it. As Uganda picks up a single, at the moment Uganda is taking risky runs, which may end up to be costly in the end.
I don't know why all the throws are aimed to the bowler. I think that's something that they have to think about, trying to reach every ball to the wicket keeper. At the moment, Asmin is the batter that they have to think and pick her wicket, because she's averaging 91 runs from her past 3 games that she has played, and she has won her team 3 games, being the top scorer for Uganda. And with her reputation of trying to build and dominate the game, she builds her innings so oftenly and goes for bigger shots in the later. But now she's into the dugout. She's the wicket that Tanzania has to get at the moment.
Uppish, but that doesn't go away as Lucas Masawe Maria comes back into the attack there for Team Tanzania. 31 for 2 after 9.1. Balls it a bit quick, but that should be a wide call there from the umpire, Simon Chintu.
I love the variation at which the Tanzanian bowlers are executing, the speed on which the ball is delivered. Some are bowled slow, some are bowled quick. That gives the batters no room of thinking. Appeal, and there she departs. She tries to go for a big shot, plays across the lane, opens up the bat. She doesn't get anything on it. Down on one knee, and she departs on an LBW. Tanzania keeping tight lanes.
Yeah, very, very guilty there. Lona Anyait going to make to slog sweep a ball which was coming in flight, which was coming in straight to the stump. Look at that one there. Misses it. No mistake. Brilliant umpiring there from Simon Chintu. Lona Anyait will have to depart and give way to Marisa Ayokot.
Uganda are now into a very big problem with the spinners dominating, the two left-arm spinners, and all the Ugandan batters are right-handers. This poses a very big threat to the Ugandan batters. It takes a very big skill set to play left-arm spinners, and at the moment the wicket seems to give an advantage of turn, and Uganda are at 32 for 3 after 9.2 overs. Marisa, who seems to be so experienced at this level.
Softy hands, but no run off that one. What a spell there from Maria Lucas. She's bowling a lot of variations, the lofted deliveries, and bowling others quick to and make sure that she gets some wickets here for Team Tanzania. That's the quick one, but it feints the blade of Yokot Marisa. Cut with power, but there's protection in the deep at extra covers. Uganda will only settle for a single.
Maria Lucas really knows what she's doing, working with pace on the ball. On some occasions, no pace on the ball, and turning those balls. Very good bowling spell to watch. Asmin trying to take her guard there, marks her leg stump with no slip in action.
Bit uppish, but falls short of the field at covers. Not enough power there from Akurut Asmin. The previous games she was always swinging her bat a bit harder, but she's now turning to playing with soft hands, which may cost her a wicket. Plays it with the soft hands again, a bit of misfield, but that will be collected well in the end. End of over number 10. 33 for 3 is the score here at Lugogo.
After 10 overs, Tanzania were at 40 for no loss, and now a margin of 7 runs, a difference of 7 runs. But Tanzania had not lost a single wicket, but Uganda has so far lost 3 wickets. The spinners continue to dominate. Another left-arm spinner comes into the attack with Marisa, the experienced batter, on strike.
Josephine comes in there with a lofted one, a bit full to the blade of Marisa Yokot, trying to tempt her because there is protection on the onside. Long on, square, deep square leg and deep mid wicket are all waiting for that catch. Dropped short again, soft hands, but there's protection at covers.
I love the way how Marisa is playing. For the spinners, you have to try as much as possible and block that ball from the front foot, but you have to make sure that there is no gap between the bat and the pad, which she has so far done perfectly. That's swept fine with pace on it, and it races to the boundary. The first boundary for Marisa. That boundary has come after 5 overs of spin. We last saw a couple of boundaries in the power play when the spinners were into the attack. Look at the shot there. Full stretch. That was the wicket that went for an LB. That was
Another power hitting there. The running very, very quick. Pick up very sloppy there from the captain for Tanzania under 19. Half chance there. This should be the partnership fortunate that could maybe try and bring back Uganda into the game. 3 batters already back to the dugout. Should be important to see that these 2 players who've played for the Victoria Pearls just previously in Kwibuka should be the ones to maybe try and take on the game for Uganda. Bit of width onto it, cut with soft hands. Chance for a run out, but home and safe are the Ugandan batters.
Very good skill play here with the batters now trying to use their feet. Now that the field is open, try as much as possible to play to the sweepers. Use your feet, which so far we have seen with these 2 batters.
Down to 1 again and Saints it. This time not very fine. She plays it a bit very wider, but Uganda picks up a single. 7 runs coming off Josephine's 3rd over, and the 40 for 3 is the score after 11 overs. We are done with 11 overs and remaining with 9 overs to complete the 2nd innings and to complete the game. Uganda needs 33 runs from 9 overs. If Uganda is pick up the 4th consecutive victory of the ongoing series, they need to score 7 every over from here.
We have seen Melissa trying to do a very good job here, trying to play with her field. We have seen pedals, we have seen sweep shots. That shows the class she is.
Soft hands, but Uganda will run very quickly for a single. Assuming Akrot and Melissa Aliokot have kept milking runs here for Uganda. They have kept making sure that something is added onto the board.
Tanzania have to protect their boundaries. Those singles do not pay pressure to the Tanzanian side.
This time this one is a bit short. Power hitting there from Asumin, but the captain for Tanzania under 19, Jennifer Gabriel, does the stop and no run is taken in the end. Another short ball there. She manages to get it towards the deep square leg area. A bit of fumble in the deep, but Uganda takes only 1 run. I think the running here, they didn't take the first run first because there was a chance for taking a second one.
There was a fumble, but the field at the deep square leg manages to recover and throw a very beautiful throw in the end. Lucas is continuing to squeeze the Ugandans and pushing them to the back foot.
Another one there with a bit of width, beats the fielders inside the circle. Uganda is running very quickly. They would love to get a couple, and yes, they are safe home and dry.
This is very beautiful batting between the Ugandan batters in the middle there. Melissa and Asmin doing a very good job trying to keep the dominance, trying to keep running between the wickets. That was fished, but doesn't get any bat on it. That was a very tight line to bowl with.
Last delivery there for Maria Lucas. Soft hands. A recruit Asmin with a very quick start, but no run is taken in the end. End of over number 12. 43 for 3 is what Uganda has at the moment. Every time Uganda doesn't get the required 7 runs in every over, the required run rate is shooting up very, very rapidly. Only 4 runs coming off Maria Lucas's 3rd over. She so far bowled 3 overs, picked up a wicket and conceded only 7 runs. What a brilliant spell she's had as Josephine Shirima comes back for Tanzania. Dropped short, soft hands. That should be in the gap. Hesitation there between the batters. Chance for a run out, and yes, Uganda loses the 4th wicket. Brilliant cricket all around. The pick up very good, the throw very nice, and Akurut Asmin will have to walk back to the dugout.
Look at the replay there. That was easily tamed into the gap. Quick throw to the right end. The bowler does no mistake. Shies at the stump. Asmin tries to go for a dive, but she doesn't get it right. She departs for only 3 runs. The batter who Tanzania needed to pick, she had proven to be so important for the team Uganda, scoring 91 runs in the last 3 games, and now she departs. I think Tanzania are into the thing today.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there, but the running between the wickets there are not very, very nice. That ball was picked up very well by the Tanzanian fielder. She managed to throw it to the correct end because the batters had some hesitation, and Uganda gifts Tanzania a wicket. 4 of the Ugandan batters have now back to the dugout, and 44 runs is what they have on board. 59 from 7.5 is what Uganda needs to pick up the 4th and consecutive victory of the series. Josephine Shirima, they are continuing to bowl for Team Uganda as the left-handed medium seamer, the left-handed batter there, walks in for Team Uganda, Immaculate Nandera.
She was so good with the ball, and now the left-hand combination is at work, given that the ball will be turning into her. That will not be a bit of a challenge. That will work for Team Uganda. But does Nandera do the right thing to keep on strike and on the game, taking on the spinners, the left-arm spinners who have been challenging the Ugandans? Let's try and see.
Left-arm orthodox bowler there to a left-handed batter. Very, very interesting. Looks like the umpire is questioning something. Yeah, that is a very brilliant call. The batters had switched ends because the run out happened at the main umpire's end. So that means Nando was supposed to be at the main umpire's end. Very, very cautious calls there from the 2 umpires. Now it should be Josephine to Malisa Ariokot. A bit of flight onto it. That is punished. Should be a boundary. And yes, you don't give a full toss to Malisa Ariokot. What a shot there from Malisa Ariokot backwards of the square to pick up a boundary and release off some pressure from the Ugandan side.
That was really a gorgeous shot. A loose ball bowled to Malisa, and she makes no mistake, sends it to the boundary. That's a replay. Goes on one knee and hits it finer and brings a boundary for Team Uganda.
The wicket has had something to offer to the spinners. I don't know why Shirima did not just pitch that ball a bit, because every time she's pitching the ball it's getting some turn, but that full ball was very, very loose and it received the punishment it needed. Another one worked down. That is racing to the boundary. Uganda will run very, very quickly for 2, and yes, they will get the 2 runs. Brilliant batting here from the 2 players.
Malisa is a very good player of spin, using her bat, the adjustments of the body. That was a very good pedal shot, given that there was no fielder there. She makes no hesitation and opts to manipulate that field, and the results are plentiful.
This time round, some good foot movement there from Malisa Ariokot. Plays it straighter, but there is protection, and Uganda picks up only a single.
Very good cricket from Malisa, and that is the player that Uganda needs at the moment, given the fact that if she keeps her wicket and plays to the last over, hopefully she will chase down the required score. Now the left-hander Immaculate Nandera is on strike. as earlier said, that the wicket is giving turn by Sajabi, but it's very difficult for the spinners to hold their lanes and to control where to bowl. Even at international levels, we've seen some loose balls from the spinners. It takes very much experience to get your rain late as a spinner.
Softy hands from Nandela Immaculate, but there is protection there at point. Uganda doesn't pick up a run off that one. A dot ball there from Josephine Olek Sherema to complete the 13th over, and 51 for 2 is what Uganda has at the moment. 52 from 7 overs is what Uganda needs if they are to pick the 4th and consecutive victory at the ongoing under-19 training tour between Uganda and Tanzania.
The previous over was so expensive for Team Uganda. Managed to get a boundary and a couple of doubles, and that brought Uganda back into the game, given the fact that the first ball of the over was a run out, but Malisa tried to keep up the runs and the dominancy.
Lucas back swing misses, and that should be out. Beautiful work there from the wicketkeeper for Tanzania. Stamping there sees Marisa Ariokot off her struggles. She had 10 off 11, but now she will have to walk back. The foot movement didn't work out for her. Very, very disappointing there. Very, very disappointed there, Marisa Ariokot, as she goes back to the dugout.
Whenever you're coming down the track, first thing that you have to do is cover the lane of the ball. In any case, if you miss, maybe it hits the pad, but she doesn't cover the lane of the ball and misses because the ball was turning away, and the keeper does no mistake and quick stamping. Malisa departs. Malisa was very good at playing spin, and now she goes. A new batter, Naume Amongin, walks onto the field, and Uganda are now for 5.
Last season, Amongin Naume was the most valuable player in the UCA Women's T20 League. She was so good with the bat and the ball for Olida Cricket Club, as Olida Cricket Club finished as runners-up last season in the UCA Women's National League. So Red State was winning their first trophy last year. She's had faint touch in Olida Cricket Club with both the bat and the ball. She's one of the senior players on the team and should be very, very important to see how she takes on the business at this very moment for Team Uganda. Tries to follow that one, but wide is the call from the umpire. Looks like that wasn't in close reach for Amongin Naume.
I like the way how Maria Lucas does her thing. She gives no flight on the ball, and she gives grip on the ball for it to turn, and she has posed a very big threat for the Ugandan right-hand batters, and yet now she has just conceded 8 runs, picking 2 wickets.
A shot of power and intent follows just short of the field. A bit casual there in the way she went in for that catch. Uganda will pick up a boundary there at long on. This time round it beats the outside edge of the bat. Brilliant spell there from Maria Lucas. Over, and she's trying to take on the spinners with only delivery from Maria Lucas to complete her 4th and last over of the innings.
Maria Lucas has only conceded 1 boundary, and that was the boundary that Naomi has just hit off the previous 1-2 delivery, and now she continues bowling to the left-hander, and this won't be much of a threat, being that the ball will be turning into the left-hander, Immaculate Nandera.
This time, this is down the legs, and Uganda will pick up a wide. Oh, boom! Woodwork hits top of the bells, and Tanzania picks up the 6th wicket. It will be now pressure time for Uganda from here onwards.
That was really beautiful to watch. The ball turns it back into Nandera. She has no idea of where the ball is going, goes for a cut, but there was a very big turn, and Nandera stays berserked, departs with her head down. Look at the turn. Tries to open the face of the bat and play the ball through the point and the Gary region, but she doesn't get anything because the ball was coming in. That was a very good spell to finish the 4-over spell for Maria Lucas, who has just conceded 14 runs and picking 3 wickets. This equals Michelle's over. Michelle bowled 4 overs and also picked 3 wickets in the first inning, and Michelle conceded only 18 runs, and now Lucas has only conceded 14 runs. That was a very beautiful spell for the spinners, Michelle being a leg spinner and Lucas being a left-arm orthodox. The ball turns the same way, and in the result they all picked the same wickets. This brings the 6th wicket for Team Tanzania.
Rashida Tikabula will be the new batter to walk in there for Team Uganda, as Agnes Joseph Kweli gets the ball for Uganda from the shell end.
Agnes Joseph Kwele has bowled 2 overs. The first over she bowled conceded 8 runs, and now she comes back.
A bit of slow delivery there from Agnes Joseph Kweli, but there will be a wide call there from the umpire.
She has no protection at the deep fine leg, but she bowls down the leg. That would have been a risky ball. Had it got a bat on it, it would have raced to the boundary. She has to get her lanes right and bowl very well at this stage of the game.
Another slow delivery there. Amongena tries to take it on, but she misses it. Brilliant comeback there from Agnes Joseph Kwele. A bit of a short ball there, picked up very nicely. It's into the vacant region. Quick running there from Rashida Tikabula, and Amongin Naume, Uganda picks up a couple.
Those are very crucial runs at this stage of the game, where any dot ball counts. Every dot ball that is bowled to the Ugandans will be very bad for them, and Naomi compensates for the previous dot ball with 1. There has been a field change in the exact region where Naomi hit the ball. Has been placed a fielder, and that brings a total of 3 fielders on the offside and only 1 fielder at the third man on the offside.
A bit short, played straighter, that beats the fielder who is inside the circle, races the boundary there from Amongin Naomi. Brilliant batting.
Really brilliant batting, as you've said. The fielder has just been adjusted, bringing the mid on, deep long off into the field to mid-on, and now she goes over the mid-on and it goes for 4. That was a very beautiful shot playing with the field, seeing that the fielder is in the 30 and she goes over it. The captain does no change on that. She thinks it was a loose ball.
Swing and a miss. Bit of early commitment there as Agnes Joseph Kweli recovers from conceding a boundary and picks up a dot.
Clear intent shown by Amongin Eunice, rather Amongin Naomi, where she goes hard onto each ball, and now she's dominating the middle there. She has to take her team to victory.
A bit short. That should be a catch because it's up in the air, and in the end completed very, very nicely. Amongin Naume not getting enough bat onto that one, and the beautiful catch is taken at point to give Tanzania the 7th wicket. Ugandans are now playing a die-trying game as Amongin Naume walks back to the dugout.
The ruthless Naomi has departed for only 11 runs from 8 balls. Those are the wickets. Look, she goes across the lane and beats the top edge. The fielder runs in at point and takes an easy catch. That was a very expensive catch to take at the moment. A very expensive wicket. And Kwele Joseph picks her first wicket. That was a very good. That was a very wicket take. They needed that wicket, and a new batter comes onto the crease, and Tanzania continues with the dominance.
Dropped a bit short. Soft hands, there is a chance for a run out. That should be it. And yes, Tanzania picks up the 8th wicket there for Team Uganda. Hopshila Mbeza comes and quickly she goes back to the dugout. Fortunately, when you look at the way the wickets for Team Uganda are falling in quick succession, should be one of the tests that Uganda needed to see how they go on with the pressure of chasing down the target. But that is the replay there on your screen.
That was a very beautiful piece of fielding. There's no hesitation. Throws to the right end. There she goes for a run out. Uganda are now into a deep of horror, I can say. Tanzania eyeing into getting their first win of the series, and the captain is picking wickets at the late stage of the game. Since she did pick any wicket in her first 2 overs, the openers did a very good work. We were saying that the Tanzanians are prone to run outs, but now it's the pressure moment, and it's Uganda that is losing run out time and again. So far we've seen 2 run outs, and that brought the 8th wicket for Team Uganda.
New batter who is just walked on for Uganda, Michelle Ariago, to come and make sure that she gets some runs there for the team. Fareda America Nyumbi, who has bowled 1 over and conceded only a single run without a wicket, will come back to bowl. Outside, close to the 4th stump. Riago Michel tries to work around it, but no run is scored.
There is a lot of protection at the leg side with 3 fielders. And now Uganda trying to go hard. There she goes.
Soft hands, but not into the gap yet again. Second dot ball there for Team Tanzania. Tanzania has kept paying the pressure to Uganda. And when you see the way Ugandans are batting, looks like every time they are chasing and every time there is some bit of pressure, they keep on crumbling. They so far lost 8 wickets with only 2 wickets to try and chase down the target.
With the gap between the point field and the wicket keeper, it is intimidating Michelle to touch and get the ball maybe to the 3rd man region, and that has still failed so far. Michelle was very crucial with the ball.
Another shot of intent. That should be a catch. What a beautiful take there from Agnes Joseph Kwele at the arc of the 30 yards mark. Brilliant fielding there from Agnes Joseph as Uganda loses the 9th wicket.
That seemed to be flying over Kwele, but that was a very beautiful Superman catch there. She gets the arms wide open and holds the ball as it flies. Watch the replay there. Goes with an open bat, tries to go over the point fielder. Kwele is tall and extends her arms and gets a very beautiful catch.
Fortunately, we don't see so many of these catches, but what a brilliant take there from Agnes Joseph, trying to show the bit of experience she holds for the team as she manages to get for the team another wicket there. The last batter for Team Uganda will make her way out, Patricia Apolot, to see if they could get the runs that give Uganda the victory. The required run rate at the moment is 8 every over. Not unachievable, but it is something hard to achieve at the moment. Farida Ahmed picks up her wicket, 1.3 overs, and she's considered only a run. Beautiful there to the blade of Apolot Patricia. That should be in the gap, but there's protection in the deep. Uganda picks up only a single.
Yesterday, Tanzania was chasing 102, and they stopped at 65. Now Uganda has just gone past the 65 that Tanzania chased when they were chasing the 102 by just one run, but still wickets in hand. Uganda can still push on with a new bat on strike, Rashida, but she has been there quite for long, but she hasn't gone on strike, and now it's her turn.
Soft hands there from Rashida Tikabula. Farida Americ bowling some challenging lanes here. She so far bowled 1.4 overs and considered only 2 runs and picked up a wicket. What a spell she's had so far in this match. Bit of soft hands there again. Ball goes to point. There's chance for a run out, but not out is the call from the umpire. Uganda has kept on milking the risky runs, and they are yet to pay for the dividends.
Very good piece of bowling by Lucas, rather by Farida, and she has finished her two over spell. Look at the replay there. There was a direct hit. Tries to open up the face of the ball to look for that single. That's a very beautiful throw. Direct hit. Ooh, it was really close. The umpire says no. Look at the replay there. That's the throw. Oh, I think that was out. Had there been a review, that was a very big decision to take. And the umpire says she had reached her crease. Kwele comes in back into the attack for her last over. She has bowled 3 overs and only picked 1 wicket. Starts with a slower that is bowled and pitched full, but the batter says you can't go through my block hole, and just drops it to the cover region, and hence no run. Kwele can bowl a very quick ball, but at the moment she's trying to use the variations, bowling slow, bowling full.
A brilliant bowling there from Agnes Joseph Kwele, putting everything outside off stump. A very, very challenging lane there for the Ugandan batters. Ali struggles there for Uganda as they are at the verge of losing the first match of the series. Tanzania currently all over Uganda. They are not letting them go anywhere. At this time, Uganda needs big hits that they can't really get. That one should be down the leg for a wide, but brilliant stop there from the wicket keeper. Some great reflexes there and fit movement to make sure that she does the damage control for Team Tanzania.
Kwele has been a victim of bowling weights down the leg. I think as a senior player, those are the things that you don't have to be doing at this stage of the game. But I think she gets back and gathers herself to bowl a very good delivery. There she does, and beats a very good lane, and the keeper does no mistake, stops it. The batter Rashida tries to reach out for the ball but doesn't get anything on it. Agnes continues with her spell. She has conceded 18 runs, picked 2 wickets in 3.4 overs.
Another one there, she tries to work it down in the pads, misses everything, but that should be a way down in the leg.
On some occasions, if you can see closely, you'll notice that Agnes Kweli somehow tends to fall when that ball goes down the leg. She falls on her follow through. That could be the reason as to why she has got a couple of voids down the leg there. She needs to work on that.
A bit of a short delivery there, but good length coming off it later. Misses the blade of Rashida. Tanzania picks up another and very important dot ball at this point of the match. The calls there from the fielders is safi. Kiswahili word to mean it's okay. Fortunately, I did some Kiswahili lessons.
The only word for Kiswahili that I know is abariza.
Brilliant. That's our sisters from Tanzania taking on proceedings. A bit of short ball there, no power onto it. It hits the pads, but hey, should be the point of concern. Looks like that was going over the stumps.
Sure, it would have hit the stumps had there been no interference by the pad, but the impact was outside leg, and there continues. Kwela continues to bowl her very beautiful spell.
Some good pickup there. Looks for the area at deep mid wicket, but there is a fielder who keeps it to only 1 run. The required run rate shooting up very, very quickly. Fortunate. Uganda at this moment needs 11 every over if they had pick up a victory. 17 overs have been bowled, and we are now into the last 3 overs of the match. 70 for 9 is the current score.
Uganda still cruising in for the victory with just 1 wicket in hand, and they can see the energies for the Tanzanian side. Very quick field changes. They seem to be up for the game. They seem to be having an upper hand, but this is cricket. It may seem 11 per over, but things can change dramatically and see odds change in favor for Uganda.
Soft hands. There is a chance for a run out at the bowler's end, but she manages to run back very, very quickly there. Apollo Patricia, the umpire just making sure that Apollo is not injured. Everything is now moving as per the plan by the Tanzanian fielders. The game is moving as they had calculated it.
Applaud shows that she really loves her wicket, given the energy that she dives in to save herself from a run out.
Another good shot there, but there is protection in the deep as Uganda picks up just yet a single. I tell you something fortunate, if Uganda keeps just getting these singles, they are very far away from picking up a victory, because they need some big hits if they are to remain unbeaten and upfloat in the tournament.
At least they keep on getting that single instead of losing a wicket, getting a loss when you've all been bowled that lowers your net run rate. At least you have to keep fighting until the end. That's something that you have to see. If you see that the game is not coming your way, you now change from winning the game to try and fight for your wickets. Getting a loss when everyone has been bowled out, that would not sound well for Uganda. At least try and hold your wickets for the team. Another swing and a miss. And Farida, who has been so economical for Team Tanzania, is continuing to cruise Team Uganda with dot balls, having bowled 2.4 overs and only conceded 4 runs, picking 1 wicket. Oh, how is it? Is the call? Wow, yeah, that was really close. She tries to go across the lane on a field pitched ball, but lucky enough the impact wasn't in lane, and Patricia survives narrowly to be caught on an LBW.
Soft hands there from Patricia as she beats the fielder at backwards of point. Uganda picks up a single.
Yeah, very good. For me, I can be very happy for Patricia to try and keep at the crease as much as possible, to try and not give out your wicket. I haven't seen her trying to go hard on the ball. I think she knows her strength. She only tries to get singles, try to fix singles where not be, and that's the dugout for Uganda there. I think there isn't a lot of vibe in their dugout. They look to be down.
2 runs coming off Farida Amiri's third over. She so far conceded 5 runs and picked up 2 wickets. But 72 for a loss of 9 is the score after 18 overs. As Zakia Ali Bewe comes back to bowl, she so far bowled 2 overs and conceded only 6 runs. And there she comes to bowl the 19th over. Uganda will need to score 15 every over from here if they are to pick up a victory. Bit of slow delivery there from Zakia. Pierced into the gap there by Apollo. Uganda picks up a single.
Can see the energies, the way how Zakia is running into the attack. Positive energies. She really comes with a thrust, speed, and delivers a very good ball, but very well played by Patricia there. Tries to squeeze it to the square leg region, rather to the third man region. Up and over. There is a call for a run. Oh, and she comes back, but it goes for only 1. Uganda still fighting on. Very good piece of fielding by Tanzania. A very good piece of bowling, but the fight is still on for Team Uganda.
Another slow delivery there. Sambat onto it, but that should be an easy taking there for Team Tanzania to pick the first victory of the ongoing series. It's been evident so far that every time you bat first, you win the game in this ongoing series.
That was a very easy catch to take in the covers. She has proved that she can take very good catches. She caught 1 at point. Look at the replay. Opens her leg, tries to push her arms to squeeze the ball through the cover region, but doesn't get the timing rate, doesn't get that gap, doesn't reach for the ball. Instead, she throws her arms and the safest hand, and the catch is taken in the end. That marks the end of the second inning, and you can see the celebration there after winning 1 out of 4 games.
Yeah, this win will sound all over for Team Tanzania. This win will sound in Dar es Salaam. This win will sound in Dodoma and so many places down there in Tanzania. Very, very brilliant to get out of the country. You go out, learn on the job. They've lost the 3 games, but come back strong in this one and picked up a victory. Celebrations there for Team Tanzania as Uganda falls short. Wickets have been falling in very, very quick succession, But very, very nice there to see Tanzania pick up a victory as well. As ladies and gentlemen, we also get ready. Tomorrow we shall be having another match at this very ground, which will be the final match of the ongoing series. But very nice to see Tanzania pick up a victory. Batting card there for Team Uganda. Fiona Timong, 14 of 34. Jimia Abdallah Mohammed, the captain, 8 of 10. Lona Anyaid, 3 of 11. Asumin Akrut with the 3 of 11. Marisa Okot putting some resistance there with 10 of 12. 7 of 5 from Immaculate Nandera. Naomi Amongin, 11 of 9. She came in with some big shots there. A Brisic. Rashida Tikabula, 4 of 11. Gilingish Navulme and Ariago Michel departed very, very early with no runs on board. Patricia Apollo, 3 of 7. 11 extras coming all the way for Team Uganda.
That is the batting card for bowling card for Team Tanzania. The top performers were Agnes Joseph Kweni, who bowled the first over and conceded 8 runs in her first over. Went for 20 runs, bowled 4 overs, 2 wides, 2 wickets rather for at an economy of 5. There was Lucas Maria Masawe, who bowled 4 overs, 0 maiden, picked 3 wickets at an economy of 3.5. Another economical bowler was Farida Amir Kinyumbi, who bowled 3 overs. 5 runs were conceded at an economy of 1.6. Extras bowled were just 11 extras.
The match summary there for you. In the first innings, Kimaro Josephine was at the peak of the day with a 45 of 55, missing out to the half century there by only 5 runs. Athuman, 27 of 44. Kinyombi Farida, 9 of 8. And in the bowlers there for Team Uganda, Ariago Michel led the wicket-taking column with 3 wickets in half-over spell and conceding 18 runs. Supported by Ilona Anyeit, who played her first game in this series today, bowled 4 overs, picked up a single wicket and conceded 19 runs. Akurut Asmin, a bit expensive, 4 overs, conceded 20 runs, picked up a single wicket. Ladies and gentlemen, as the replays keep on popping to your screen, we are done and dusted for this match day, and we shall be back tomorrow for our final and last match of the ongoing series. We are out of this place for now. We catch up.